Hey guys, and welcome back to another Factorio mod spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me. Today we are going to go over the recycling machines mod. And what this does, as you might have guessed, is allows you to recycle almost all the items you can make, not quite all of them, but most of them, back into their original ingredients that they were made with. So, a few things to go over first. The research is nothing special. They are just unlocked with the equivalent automation research as the assemblers. So you get assembler 1, you get recycling machine 1. Assembler 2, recycler 2, 3, and 3. So, and yeah. So, pretty straightforward there. And another quick note here is that this adds, it shows in here, it adds these tabs to your crafting menu that might lead you to believe you could do this by hand. You can actually not. Even though it shows I can, it's just because I have this cheat mode command enabled. So in a normal game, it would look like this. You have these tabs, and you can't do any of this by hand, which makes sense. But the devs said that they just can't seem to get rid of it this way. They can't seem to not have these. So these are just here. You know, they're not bothersome. At least they're in their own tabs. And it is kind of helpful because it actually shows you everything that can be recycled. You'll notice that like the intermediates is missing some things. Pretty much anything that's made in a furnace, a refinery, or a chemical plant, aside from batteries, cannot be recycled. Okay, so you can't recycle your iron or copper plates or steel back into their original ingredients. It's a shame you can't do steel because, I mean, I would think you should be able to, since you just get iron back. But, you know, you can't do, like, recycle oil. Well, obviously not oil. You can't recycle oil products. Or oil barrels. You can recycle normal barrels, so on and so forth. You can recycle batteries. Again, that was the one exception of things made in chemical plants that you can recycle. And, I mean, like, you can do engines, which give you lubricant, so I guess that's kind of an oil product, but you get the gist. So how this works is there's an equivalent recycling machine for each assembler, right? You have a level 3 recycler, 2 recycler, and 1 recycler, just like the assemblers. And why this is you need, essentially, I'm trying to think how to explain this. If a item, say, take like an inserter, it takes 3 ingredients to make, right? Well, you can't do that in a level 1 assembler, like if you're actually making it, right? You need a level 2 or a level 3 just because, you know, the crafting limit can only do up to 2. The same rule for this applies to the recyclers. So if you're trying to recycle something with, say, 3 or more ingredients, you have to use a level 2 or level 3, which can do that. If you're recycling something that uses even more than that, like, say, an oil refinery, you'll need to use a level 3, which can actually recycle that. You can see it allows recycling of items that can be made in an assembling machine 3 or higher. So there's an equivalent there, so you will need to use ones that can actually recycle items with the corresponding ingredient requirements. And there you go. So let's just test this out really quick. We will take a level 2, and we're going to recycle an inserter. So we can set it to inserter. This is another difference between this mod and a lot of the other recycling mods, because there have been multiple ones that have come out previously. Usually, the other ones that have come out didn't allow you to actually tell it specifically what you want to recycle. They would just, you know, grab whatever's coming by and stick it in and recycle it. But that could cause some problems, like inserters jamming up or getting confused, so on and so forth. This actually lets you specifically choose per recycler what you want, just like an assembler. The one downside is obviously you can only have it doing one type of thing. But, you know, that's not that big of a problem. You can just have tons of them. So if we stick an inserter in here, it takes the same amount of time to recycle it as it does to craft it, based on my observations. And then it just outputs the ingredients. Now, by default, it's 100% back, right? So you get 100% back that it took to make. And you could set up a cool little chain, right? You could set up, like, another one that then recycles your inserters. And since the inserters take circuits, right? You could have, like, the circuits from this placed onto a belt and run down, and then have the circuits from the normal inserter placed on the same belt and run, and you could recycle those, so on and so forth. So you can have some cool chains going. However, if you want a lower percentage return, besides 100, the dev has done something interesting and created these trigger mods that you can add. Now, this may sound complicated. It's really not at all. You just add the corresponding trigger mod for the percentage you want. You just put it in the mod folder, right, like any other mod, and enable it along with the base mod, the base recycling mod, rather, and it'll give you the percentage. And you do have to combine some of them for specific percentages. So there is, let's see, there's 10%, 20%, 40%, and 50% trigger mods. So say you want like 60% return, you have to combine the 10% and 50%. Or if you want 90% return, you have to combine the 40 and 50, so on and so forth. But if you do stick these in your mod folder with this mod, it'll give you the corresponding return. A very important note though, guys, this will only work on either a new world or a world where you have not used the actual recycling machines mod before. Okay, so this will not work. The trigger bots, what I'm saying, will not work if, so if you have a world and you add the recycling machine mod and then you use it, if you try to add a trigger mod to change the percentage, it won't do anything, okay? It will only work pretty much when everything's fresh, when the mod's fresh or you have a new world. So decide on the percentage you want before you actually use it. If you just want 100%, just use the normal mod. And there you go, that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Just use your machines, recycle the stuff, and you know, same power requirements, crafting speed as normal assemblers. Very nice little symbol here to kind of indicate what it is, which is nice as well. And yeah, there will be a link down in the description as always to the mod portal, and then from there the dev links to the forum page with a little more information, and also that's where the links for the trigger mods are that you can download. I think the dev links to the trigger mods from the mod portal as well. But there you go. I believe I got everything. It's straightforward research, same as the assembler researches. They just come together. And there you go, guys. I believe that's it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions, concerns, feedback, suggestions for future mod spotlights, that would be great. Post them down in the comments. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.